It's the first day of Vlogtober, guys. Let's go. Hi guys, it's Heather the Crochet Witch. How are you guys doing today? Happy Vlogtober, which means it's October 1st. I don't know. Come here. You want to say hi and happy Vlogtober? Come here. Up here. Come here. Don't just give me your paw. Come up here. Maverick, come on. Good boy. Say happy Vlogtober. Oh, thank you for the kisses. I get the happy Vlogtober. Sorry, guys. Is it all for Mama? Is it all for Mama? Are you just trying to butter me up so you get to go to bed? Or is it because I'm withholding dinner until I'm done? You poor starving child. Oh, I got it. It's a yawn. It's because he's sleepy. You don't care about dinner? You're just sleepy? Well, I have a co-host, as you can see. He was actually back on the couch, but as soon as I turned the camera on, he ran in here. I was very surprised. I thought he'd just stay out there. Which is why the door is open, I was going to mention. But yeah, so my sleepy little co-host may or may not stick around in here. But happy October, you guys. It is finally here. This is the second video of the night for me. And the second in the line of, oh, maybe he's not going to stay with us. Second in the line of my Failapalooza night of videos. Perhaps you have already seen the first. It is also going by its other name of the Movie Marquee Challenge. And if you want to see why that was a Failapalooza, you have to go check that out yourself. But this one is only... Maverick? Hey! I hate when he's like, I know there's nothing on the carpet to eat, but I hate when he sounds like he's trying to eat something, because I have a dog who's half goat and he will eat anything that he finds. So like, I always have this fear, like, oh, did I drop something? Oh, what's going on? What is he finding? Anyway, the reason why this is Failapalooza is because, with everything that I've had going on, like Vlogmas sometimes, I know this isn't Vlogmas, that was not a slip of the tongue. Vlogmas sometimes I am caught off guard by, I don't always prepare for. Vlogtober, or Vlogust, I often don't prepare for, but Vlogtober, I have usually prepared for since like last Vlogtober, right? Vlogtober is my thing. Halloween, October, fall, it's all my thing, right? I did not get a hold of Ellie this year to see if she had Halloween or fall stitch markers. I don't have not one single one. I did not find like an indie dyer for yarn. Did not do it. I did not even send David out into the wild to do any like shopping for an advent calendar. Maverick. 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 Hey. No, no. If people can see you on camera, sir, that is not good manners. Is it? Should you be doing that licking stuff? Should you? Okay, then. Sorry, I don't know if the camera can see that, but he knows better. It's not a gentleman. Anyway. Didn't do it. I had even talked to Nate about maybe he could help me out and do that. And then I didn't send him out with any money to go do that. I was even talking to him about doing something like shopping off my shelves. Nope, did not prepare for that. Just, if there was a fail to be failed, I failed it. I failed it. So, I had nothing leading up to this. But you know what, you guys? Past Heather was not as big of a failure as present Heather thought. Because my UPS app said one day in my email, your package has been shipped. And not my P.O. box. And I went, my package has been shipped. So I clicked on it, and mind you, story time. I had just gotten off work. So Nate and I were sitting in the parking lot talking. And we were actually the last ones like to leave. So we were just both sitting there. We were just talking. And this is before I realized, I thought this was my P.O. Box app. So I clicked on it, and it was a yarn company. It was a yarn company I had not heard of. So I clicked on it, and it said, I believe it said right then and there that it was an Advent countdown. And I was like, did somebody send me? Because I know I had mentioned. And I was like, did somebody send me? And I said that these are, and I looked at Nate and I was like, these are expensive. And I got so emotional, you guys. Your girl was crying. Like, I was crying in the parking lot. I was so touched and so emotional. And I was just like, what is going on that somebody would basically pick up the slack for me forgetting to, and like, I had realized at some point it said not only just Advent calendar, but it was a Stranger Things countdown. And Nate was like, that's so nice of somebody. And I was like, I know, I can't believe it. And then it hit me that I said, this isn't my business address. This is my personal address. And I was like, how many, like, that narrows it down to who it could have been. Because like, I was like, how many people like have my personal address? And I'm sitting there just, I still have some tears running down, my face. And I'm still thinking. And then it's really racking my brain, and I cannot think. And it hit me that the email that I received was a PayPal receipt. It was from something I paid for quite a while ago. But it was to my PayPal, because that's where the shipper let the shippy know that it had went out and shipped. And since I was the shippy, I had paid for it like in May or something. I made myself cry. I've cried over a lot of things, but making myself cry over a gift to myself, that's something new, you guys. So yeah. Yeah. So, with that being said, it's not a 31 days, for all of October. And it's not even like a 12-day. But this is from, we're going to open it together. We're going to open the actual package together. It's from, I was about to say it's from someplace I'd never heard of before, but obviously I did, since I bought it myself. I had previously not heard of it. I'm pretty sure I had just either seen this on Instagram or possibly even Google because occasionally, even though Stranger Things is not, this breaks my heart to say, but Stranger Things is not currently like the in thing, right? It's still popular. but like on the years that it's been released or something, it's the in thing, you know, or leading up to, and people know that it's not going to be out at the end of this year now. Like originally I think they had thought it might be out at the end of 2024, and then they talked at the beginning of 2025, and now people just aren't sure. So it keeps slipping by and slipping by. And so it's not like the biggest thing to be thinking of, right? So people aren't, like the last time when it was released it was released over spring break one year, and they had Halloween advents for, like the Dyers did too, right? So Halloween advents, Christmas advents. I know for a fact I had both that year. They had tons of things, and I mean that's not just with yarn, but like Etsy was just full of stuff. I know I did hauls that year of tons of stuff, and that was the year that Etsy decided to put the ban on them, because I think Netflix really like piled down on them, and because it was the in thing, you know, the popular thing, and that's when Etsy sellers had to get creative and talk about Stranger Things in different ways, and you know, just kind of like the way Baby Yoda, you know, had to be called like the child alien and stuff like that for a while, and you know, just because it was the in thing and everything. So anyway, so I've taken to trying to like Google to see if I can find like Stranger Things hand-dyed yarn and advent calendars and things like that, or yarn advent calendars and things like that. So I'm thinking that I had done that to find this yarn, is where that long-winded story was going. And this is from, the shipping label says Yarnaceous Fibers, which I don't think I had heard of before. If I have, I certainly don't think I have bought from them before. You guys, if you remember me saying them in my videos or anything, feel free to correct me and be like, no, Heather, remember you bought this, but I don't think I have. I imagine if I have, their business card will jog my memory, but I don't buy a ton of hand-dyed yarn. So, I think I would remember. But we're going to, oh good, it is wrapped. I was like, I really hope it is. I would think it would be, but all right. Ooh, 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 ooh. They did this right, it looks like. So, okay, I want to make sure there was nothing else in the bag. Because the first thing I saw, all right, let me not show you the first thing I saw. Let me open this to make sure we got what we got here. We have the packing slip. It says Stranger Things Socktober Countdown Box, 100 gram skeins, Bronto DK. And I am pretty sure that I did Google this now, because I remember going to the actual website, so it wasn't anything on Etsy or anything, because I remember the drop down menus. It looks like they are located in Lake Point, Utah. Does it have... Does not have a price on here. But I remember it was a little pricey, but I mean, it's 5 skeins of hand-dyed yarn, you guys. So what I was oohing and eyeing, and I'll have to wait until I open this, but I can't tell if it's embroidered or like stamped or what, but look at the bag. Look at the bag. There's gonna be a glare because you know what? I'm just gonna take it out. I'm just gonna take it out because everything else is wrapped anyway. There's a bag. Like it looks like a notions pouch. Oh my gosh, you guys, there's even the sticker. Oh, the little pouches. There's stuff in it. But look. It's printed on there. I couldn't tell if it was embroidered or not. I have a horrible sense of smell, but I think you can like smell the print or whatever. But it's definitely meant to look like it's been embroidered, and it's on like this canvas. I thought at first these little lights were sewn on, which would be cool, but now that I think on it more, it would be kind of weird, but they're not. They're taped on, and I guess that's actually kind of good, because like if you go to wash it or something, I don't know, that might not be good. So let's open this together, because there are goodies inside. Oh, they're actually goodies. We got Sour Patch Kids. We've got Sour Patch Kids Watermelon, which is the one kind of Sour Patch Kids I don't like, so I'm going to pass those along. We've got, I'll save that for a second because I don't know what it is, so give me a second here. Cute! Oh god, this is so cute! This is a keychain. I just want to see what's in the middle before I show you so I can actually describe it. Oh my god. This is so cool. Okay, it's a keychain that says, "Friends don't lie." And what I was trying to get a good look at... Oh, it's on both sides. Okay. This is a pinky promise. It's two hands doing the pinky promise thing. Oh my gosh. Which the pinky promise holds a big, this is going to tie in later in my video, I promise. Sorry, I have a really bad frog in my throat. I should have brought my Diet Pepsi in here, and I meant to, but I'll remember that for tomorrow. The pinky promise holds a big importance in most of my fanfics for Stranger Things. This, as usual, my Vlogtobers, if you can't tell already, are going to be, it's going to be a pretty Stranger Things filled Vlogtober. But keychain is Stranger Things. And then the last thing is a pin. It's an enamel pin, which will fit on my pin holder that I just made. It says, "I believe," and it's got the Christmas lights, Joyce's Christmas lights. So I'm going to put everything back in the bag, and then we can see what's in this other pouch that I set aside here. We got, oh, it's, okay, it says Dino Needle Stoppers. You can see it through the, I'll open it, but see the dinosaurs? These are so cute. It's a good thing I knit also. There's a Crochet Witch fact for you. Oh, they're so soft. And they're dinosaurs. They're two little dinosaurs. And look at... I'm tongue-tied. Isn't it cute? He's got a little hole, and he's got a hole in his back and a hole in his tummy. And when you're knitting, when you're done knitting for the moment or whatever, and you want to not have your project fall off, you impale him on your needle and he holds your project for you. It's very, very kind of him to get impaled for the sake of your art. I love him though. It's kind of sad thinking about it that way, but he'll be fine once, you know, he like reanimates. He's like a vampire in some lores, you know, like once the stake comes out, they're fine. So he's kind of like a vampire dinosaur. But that is what's in the pouch. And then, oh, there are dates in which to open these. So the rest of the things in here are the skeins of yarn. I'm going to pull one out to show you. because there's actually, they went to really cool lengths on here. They printed stickers, and the stickers are all different. Let me just show you, because I know I'm only going to show you one for right now, but just as an example, like this one says friends don't lie, and it says October 3rd. So we're going to open this one on October 3rd. But like then the next one says October 10th. And then, let's see, I have to turn this one. Hold on. October 17th, October 24th, and then October 31st is the last one. And then they, like I said, there's different pictures. They say different things because they've printed them out. And yeah, I can't wait. So we got 2 more days before we open the first one. But, and they're all wrapped in the same paper, which is black. And it's, whenever I buy, unless I buy like themed Halloween paper or something like that, or they just don't have this available, I always buy this same kind of paper for gifts, which is the black tissue paper with the holographic glitter on it, which I think is really pretty. So this particular wrapper is right up my alley. I totally love their vibe, and I'm really glad that I got this already. So I can't wait to see what the colors are. Try to nestle that back in here. But I'm really excited to open it, everything. I'm actually just going to tuck that back in there right now for right now also. I love that bag. Put everything back together. But yes, I thought ahead, apparently. So I had a little something to open with you guys per week. I also, because I had forgotten about that, I struggled kind of last minute I wanted a little something to do Advent-wise, but not, like, I've been calling it Advent. It's not specifically Advent, but I wanted something, like, fun and random to do. So random in the aspect of Advents. And what I did was, since I am not using my cauldron anymore because I did my last drawing for the movie marquee thing, which was in here. As you can see, there's now, I'll tell you right now, there's 31 of them, but there's now slips of paper in my cauldron. And what I have in here is, I would like to make a scrappy blanket, knowing me, of course, blanket. And I wanted it to be Stranger Things themed. And I wanted it to represent Vlogtober. So I wanted it to give me another reason to talk with you guys about Stranger Things. About the characters, the places, etc. So that's what is filling this. What is filling this is favorite places and characters of mine. You guys know the nerd here is sitting in front of you, writes Stranger Things fanfic. Don't worry, I'm not going to read it to you. A few of you have read some of it. Thank you, those of you that did. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm just saying. So you know I have my favorites, was the point. And they're in here. And like, my biggest dream ever was to have some yarn dyed of the character, like the Heather that fits into the Hawkins universe. And her characters, like her Hopper and her Steve, and you know, and make like a blanket with them. But since that is not in my budget right now, the next best thing would be to, have a blanket for me in this universe, surrounded by all of my favorite things that I can make. So I picked a pattern, like a square pattern that I wanted to do. I have 31 to make, which I might do more than that actually. I'll talk about that in a second. But I thought I would draw one a day. Obviously, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw day one today, which means October 31st. I guess I'll have to extend this into November to show you October 31st. Or since I record these the night before, I'd at least have to record it again in the afternoon or something. Not sure how we'll work the end of the months so you can see it. But then after that, I have to make the blanket too. So, you're obviously going to see an update on it later, right? But yeah, so that's, what I'm going to do. And I'm going to use my scraps up to make a square that inspires me, or that I'm inspired to make, that resembles said person or place in the Stranger Things universe that I draw. I know some of you guys are not into the Stranger Thingsness, but maybe you will at least like to look at the square and then the end of the blanket that I make. And it'll just be a small portion of the Vlogtober-ness anyway. But allow me to geek with you a little bit more. The square pattern that I decided to use, I'm really excited about. Some of you who have been around may remember when I finally figured out and perfected my diamond square pattern. So I made this to show you in the Stranger Things colors, because here's where we talk numbers. 31 days would be 31 squares, right? That's not a blanket. I would have to make at least, three more squares to make 34 at least would be 4 rows of 6 or something like that. Or I was thinking, say I draw Steve. Say Steve is in here. Maybe Steve's in here. Or say I draw, I don't know. I'm trying to pick somebody that's not in here and just pick colors. There's so many, there's 31 days, so there's, who wouldn't be in here, you know what I mean? Because I like everybody too, so. Billy's dad, let's just say Neil's in there, because, spoiler, Neil's not in there. I would probably pick blue and orange for Neil. So I would do blue and orange, right? Maybe I would make a second square that was orange and blue. So then I'm going to double the number of squares. Does that make sense, right? So the blanket would be bigger. And then whatever would even out the blanket to make sense, to make the number make sense, I would fill in with these Stranger Things theme squares. Does that make sense? That's what I was thinking about doing. Because both of these colors are Red Heart with Love, and I have plenty of both of these colors to make it. And I think it will just add to the scrappiness of the blanket if I do that, and if I do a reversal of the colors, if I make 2 squares for each character or place. Does all that make sense? Did I make it too complicated? I hope not. But I think that would be cool. It would kind of, in essence, be my Stranger Things fanfic type blanket until I can budget out to have my hand-dyed fanfic yarn dyed. That would make me a happy Heather. And like I said, maybe you guys might not be into Stranger Things, or at the very least may not really care about my fanfic stuff, but maybe you'll care to look at what kind of project comes from this. Maybe. And I know some of you guys really wanted a tutorial in this, and like, when I do get around to doing tutorials, this is what I plan to do first. So there's the upcoming promise of this. I can't give you a time because I just can't, I don't want to say, it sounds, I feel like such a pansy saying I can't commit to the stress, but I just can't commit to the stress right now of being like, I'm going to do it by then, with everything going on. I'm going to save the health update till after Thursday, because I do have a doctor's appointment. I finally got the specialist. I got a hold of them and I have an appointment. Unless, so really briefly, I got a hold of them. I got an appointment. It turns out, so I had been seen, what was it, four years ago or something? X amount of years ago. But it turns out there's 2 different specialists in Kalamazoo, the city that's near me. There's 2 different ones. The doctor referred me to the second one. So he said if I would like the original one that I saw, he'd be happy to refer me to them. And I kind of want to go to them just because they have already seen me once and we're already like, yeah, we could already, we can do surgery, just let us know. I just had been scared and everything and never went back before. And when I saw the specialists in town, they basically just didn't want to do surgery and wanted me to do that boot thing, which didn't fix anything at all. So I'm scared that if a third new specialist looks, that they're not going to want to do anything at all. So I don't know. I think I might want to go ahead and go back, and that might put my being seen off a little bit. So I may not have my appointment on Thursday. To be determined. But either way, I'm going to have it looked at. I just don't know if it's going to be Thursday or not. So I'm any health updates are going to be either Thursday or soon. Yeah. So on that note, I think that's a wrap for the first day of Vlogtober. Because it is after, it's got to be headed towards 6 in the morning. I have to work tonight. David was put back on overnights and he's home tonight, but he's used to his daytime schedule, so he's sleeping. And he's gonna get up soon so that he can be up for a while and then go back to sleep to get up and go to overnights. 'Cause it's hard being on a day shift. I'm sure some of you know. It's hard being on a day shift and then having to make the switch to go to overnights on your day off. But that's what he's trying to do today. So I don't envy that. I had to do that years and years ago, and the only thing pretty much that I'm thankful for with the job I have is that I've been there so long. I only had to mildly throw a fit years ago, and they just kept me on the same shift. Yeah, that's pretty much the only benefit whatsoever to the job that I have. Anyway, I can hear the frog in my throat getting worse, so I am going to get something to drink. I'm going to feed little man who's fallen asleep on the couch. I knew I didn't hear anything. And then we're probably going to head to bed. Because, yeah, like I said, I work tonight too, so. All right. I think that's my cue anyway, because I know a lot of you guys said that with my ring light on, you can't tell when my room light goes off on its motion detector timer, but that just went off. So the room light is trying to also tell me to shut up and go to bed. Oh, I can't. I spent all that time explaining this and I never drew. So for those of you who do actually care who I'm going to be crocheting a square for or what place, let me do that drawing real quick. If any of you were yelling, "Hello, Heather," through the camera, and I didn't even hear you. All right. All right. Hopefully it's just one. Robin Buckley is our first square. All right, so Robin will be joining the Stranger Things square. Let us talk about Robin real quick. So, I remember to stick a picture up of our dear Robin. Robin is Steve's bestie. We first met Robin in season 3 at Scoops Ahoy, where she keeps Steve in check. She got a little attitude. For those of you who don't know, there is a podcast on Spotify. I think it's on other platforms too, but I listen on Spotify. They put that out when they put her new, well, it's not new anymore, when they put out the Rebel Robin, I think it was called, the book about Robin, and it's kind of like a duck back in time from when she was in high school. Her first, inkling that there was something wrong in Hawkins. It was like a really well done little, radio show, basically, is what it was. It was in radio show format. It was cute. I don't know what else to say, because I already said my goodbye and was ready to go. I don't know what else to say about Robin. I really like her. I know it kind of makes me sad because the actress that plays her, she said that she would be fine with Robin basically in this coming 5th season, just because it'll be the end anyway, as long as she got a really good ending. And I was like, no, I don't. I want her and Steve. I have this idea in my head that her and Steve live, and they go on to have the Steve and Robin detective agency in Hawkins, and they go around solving crime, and I want that to happen so badly. Really, I love Robin. I think she's just awesome. Yeah, so it kind of makes me sad when I think about her, but also not sad because I really like Robin, I thought I wouldn't like her at first because of how bad she ripped on Steve. I was like, oh, I'm gonna hate this girl. But, then I grew to love her. But yeah, sorry, that was a lame and a brief chat about Robin, but let me know if you guys like her and what your favorite Robin moments are now that she's been in more than one season. And all right, now I really am gonna let you go. I was gonna film a couple other videos, including that giant yarn haul from Joann's that I finally got in, but I'm gonna save that for tomorrow. All right, I will talk to you later. I love you guys. Let's get my light back on because that drives me crazy. All right, I love you guys. Happy Vlogtober. Let me know who else you are watching, and all right, I'll talk to you later. Bye, guys.